Of course, if the surveillance story suddenly is bringing Republicans to Trump's defense, then it must not be worthy of coverage anymore. This morning, Democratic strategist and former White House aide David Goodfriend said this on Fox News. Watch.
Yesterday, my friend Tucker Carlson, and I want you to know this, I like Tucker. I've been on his show, but I'm sorry, he's turning into a high-paid smokescreen salesman for the Trump White House. He's trying to obfuscate and distract you from the real news yesterday.
Oh, fighting words. Why don't you come say that to my face, David Goodfriend? Oh, wait, here he is. David Goodfriend joins us on the set. So, David, why am I the civil libertarian here? As a lifelong conservative, why am I the one worried about the privacy rights of Americans? I thought that was supposed to be a liberal obsession. I don't know any liberals who care anymore.
Actually, if we talk about Edward Snowden and the revelations that he made about NSA spying on individuals, that brought together people on the far left and the far right into saying that was too much invasion by the state. And I, for one, I'd love to see you support this as well. I'd like to see no reauthorization of the Patriot Act and any of its surveillance methods whatsoever.
Now you're getting abstract. Let's get precise. We know that a political appointee, Susan Rice, one of the former president's closest political advisors, requested the names of Americans and monitored members of Trump's entourage, in effect, for months, many months, going back to the Republican primaries. And it's not really clear why, but we know that her behavior was unusual. It doesn't make you uncomfortable at all?
So I assume this is why you want me to explain why I called you a smokescreen salesman for the Trump.
Well, I basically had the same conversation yesterday. Look, I don't take it personally.
Your previous guest who came on before me, Max Boot, lifelong Republican, somebody who said he opposed
whatever. I'm not even talking about politics. I mean, I'm just talking about as an American that doesn't bother. I'm not attacking Max Boot. I'm merely saying I don't care what his political affiliation is. I'm saying as an American, you're not bothered.
Sure, I'm bothered. I'm bothered by our country being compromised by a #1 foreign adversary in collusion with our president. That bothers me. And what Max Boot said to you, let me finish here, Tucker. The reason I took a hit at you this morning on Fox News and said you're putting up a smokescreen is because yesterday, or rather April 2nd, right when the Washington Post was going to come out with its story about the meeting between Trump people and Russians, that was when we decided to hear all about Susan Rice and the character assassination started. You seem to think that if you can distract your audience, and you've got an intelligent audience, you can distract them with talking about Susan Rice. I want to talk about Russia. I want to talk about the compromising of our system.
I'm not a political consultant.
Aren't you upset by that?
Slow down. I'm not a political consultant. I don't take orders from the White House. I haven't received a single piece of information from the White House. I get my information from people at lunch and the Washington Post. When this story came out, I'm sure it was leaked by people with political interest in leaking it. It doesn't change the facts of the story. And the facts of the story remain exactly what they were.
With the Trump people?
These are two separate strands.
Oh, I think they
one does not preclude the other. Here you have a political actor in a White House surveilling her political opponents.
Wrong.
It's not wrong. It was admitted to by Susan Rice on television today. So that doesn't bother you at all. No, because it's not.
No, look,
it's not.
I just got done saying to you that we ought to get rid of the Patriot Act. Of course, that's
the Patriot Act. I'm not talking about the Patriot Act.
It absolutely stems from the same statute. Now, listen to me, Tucker.
I'm worried about you guys. You made a statement this morning on TV that was
you don't seem to worry about the big story here.
Here's the big story. Hold on. Here's the big story as you described it. This is what you said this morning to Shannon Bream on Fox.
Yes, I saw the clip.
You said, no, here's another one. You said, we now know that a representative from the Trump camp met a representative of the Russian government in the Seychelles. Eric Prince, exactly right.
The brother of
I got it. I know where Eric Prince is. You said, as of yesterday, the connection between the Russians and the Trump campaign has now been proven.
Yes.
That was long after Trump already won. So your basic claim that Trump colluded with the Russian government to win the presidency remains not only unproven but lacking any evidence at all. So maybe you should slow down before making that claim.
Oh, Tucker, now listen. We have an ongoing criminal investigation.
Do you have any evidence or not?
We have an ongoing...
Do you have any evidence or not?
I'm not
in the
FBI, Tucker.
Like this?
And as a matter of fact, yes, when you have the head of
Where's
the Senate...
Where's the evidence?
The head... Okay, this is... I've seen you do this on the show before.
No, because no one ever answers my question. That's why.
You just berated a Republican guest who said we've got 17 national security.
I don't care what your political affiliation is. If you're going to say things without any evidence at all, I'm going to press you.
Tucker, you can actually ask and bring on the show Senator Mark Warner. Why don't you bring on the show James Comey?
I've had a parade of senators, and not one person can answer that question. And look, we may find out in a year's time that Trump and Putin were taking saunas every afternoon or chatting on their cell phones.
That's a troubling
But as of now, we know nothing to that effect. And so let's stop making allegations
okay,
we
but
can't
Tucker,
support.
you're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself.
I am not.
You have spent the entire day berating Susan Rice,
who
you
admitted on
have
television,
no evidence yourself about
She admitted on television today that she was involved in surveillance of the Trump campaign.
Look, suppose she got a transmission.
But that's cool now because it's anti-Trump.
No.
People have gone insane. I'm being told I have to stop.
Two sides of your mouth.
There's only one side. David, I'm cutting off because we're out of time, I'm being told. Thank you for joining us.